Welcome back to this episode of What I Didn't Know About Dennis. I am Katie Clancy, and I am today with my friend Gerrit Murphy, who is, what's your title, Garrett?
I'm the Assistant Beach and Recreation Director for the town of Dennis.
Yes, awesome. And I've had Garrett on here before because I was hearing all these cool things about camp and I wanted to know what was up with that, and he had the sign up. But here's the thing, you guys. I have this like weird fangirl thing with Garrett because I have been watching some really cool things happen in our recreation department in Dennis. I'm like, wow, you don't see that everywhere. Oh, you don't see that everywhere. And I wanted to get to the bottom of some of those things. And I also want to, I know there's a lot of questions that people have in
Mhm.
general about what's going on with some things in Dennis Recreation. But I want to get my questions answered because it's my show. So,
Sure.
Garrett, thank you so much for coming on again. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
One of the things that caught my eye was, I don't even know how many years ago, it was a lot of years ago at this point, that I saw we were offering like kickball for grown-ups and like dodgeball and stuff like
hmm
that. Like on Cape Cod in the winter or not, not just in the summer. Like what is going on with that? Tell me that story.
So let's preface that by giving credit to a gentleman named Sean Conway, and he runs something called the Cape Adult Sports League. And
Yes.
Sean approached me. I don't even know how many years ago it was. I've been working with the town in some capacity for about 17 years. So it was sometime about 10 to 15 years ago that
Yeah.
he probably approached us and said, "Hey, I've got this idea for a young adult sports league." And so we've been working together to figure out facilities for him to utilize, and it's blossomed into this massive group of people. Wednesday nights in the summertime, if you're ever by Johnny Kelly Park,
Yeah.
you'll see usually four separate kickball games going on at any given time, and each team has 15 to 20 players on it. I mean, there's a huge crowd of people out there, and they meet every Wednesday in the summer. And in that same group, maybe a few members change here and there. They go inside now over at the intermediate school. We have some gym space one night a week over there where they do an adult dodgeball league, and it talk about traction. I mean, it didn't take much of a sales pitch for people to sign up for that one. Sean does a great job with it. He's a workhorse, and so we've been more than happy to work with him to facilitate having these programs
All
grow.
right.
And
So in the summer they've got kickball going, and then in the off season they've got dodgeball.
yeah,
And they, yes, Sean gets tons of credit for approaching you, but you said yes.
that's an easy yes. I wish I had
I'm
more questions that were that easy to answer, but yes, yeah, absolutely.
so I just love that. Another thing that I noticed was last summer, and I think I alluded to this the last time we talked.
hmm
You started having it's utterly simple and utterly beautiful on Monday nights because like what else is going on a Monday night?
hmm
Live music up at the beach on at Corporation Beach up by the snack bar. And I
Yeah,
stumbled on it. The first time I stumbled, I was like, what is that? That is the loudest radio I've ever heard. It's pretty good music though. So I was like, this is great. And then I looked up and I was like, oh my gosh, like this is awesome. And people started coming every week and like bringing a pizza. The kids are all running around.
hmm
And the other thing that I love about it is it's at 5. So there's
yeah,
no literal gatekeeping of this. Like you don't even need a beach sticker. You don't have to pay a penny.
no,
But if you want to bring some money and buy some food at the snack bar, you can, but you can also bring your own food. Or,
right.
or just kind of cruise in and have, hang out for a little while on the beach after work. It's just so brilliant. And I love it so much that I ended up building my summer around it. I built my work schedule around
No
it.
kidding.
No, I'm not kidding. So I just told all my people, look I cut out at 3 o'clock on Mondays. I go to the beach. I bring my little table. I bring my floaty. I get all situated and get my spot and just absolutely chill out. And then my friends, like it's a different group every time, comes and meets me when the music starts. We have dinner. We hang out. The last time we did it, we stayed till after dark, just sitting there
Yeah,
talking and having just a beautiful, wonderful time with memories. Anyway, and that was your idea.
yeah. I love to hear that because this is the concept is something that we've been discussing in the office for years. I'm just a personally, I love live music. I played live music in the past, and
Ooh, little known
I
fact. Okay.
yeah, but I enjoy it a lot as a spectator.
Yeah.
And I just figured, I like to kind of tweak things. And so the beach doesn't need any help selling itself. There's
Right.
plenty of people who are already there on a Monday evening and they're doing all those things. But I'm like, what could make this just a little bit cooler? And that's kind of the mentality that I try to take with a lot of the projects that we take on, is like, take something that's good, and now what can we do to kind of add some extra flair to it? So we had the support of the select board last year, and we did our Monday nights for 8 or 9 weeks, and knock on wood, the weather was great for us every day. And um, I loved that there were some people who would just stay at the beach a little bit longer. You'd be down there and have conversations, or you'd see people who are actually showing up specifically, just like you were saying, to come and enjoy this. It's already a beautiful view. You can already get some great food at the snack bar there, and now you can just listen to some live music, and it took off. People, and I love seeing the kids running around and the family setting up their picnic blankets and bringing food of their own,
And
whatever it may be.
grandmas, and like it's
Yeah.
like everybody comes. There's comfortable. You can sit at a picnic table. You can bring your chair. Like
Hmm.
it's so great. And I think that what people might not realize, like you read, oh, live music, that seems cool. Literally impacted my life. Like it's just, I can count on it, and it's a
Yeah.
place where I can go in my town and just chill. And
Hmm.
it's just so awesome, and I'm so grateful that you did that. So I'm so glad that you recognize that making it
Yeah.
just a little cooler is actually more than that. It's
Absolutely, and that's another reason why we do it earlier in the week, though, is because Cape Cod has so much going on in general. We figure Monday's a little bit quieter. It's earlier in the evening, so you can still go out and you can go to another live music event. You can
oh
go to a
yeah,
restaurant after dinner. You can go get your ice cream, wherever down the
yes you
street.
can.
It's early enough. You're out of there by 7 o'clock ish if you want to be.
You could start at 5 and go all night till probably 1 in the morning in
Yeah,
town hearing live music without interruption
yeah,
somewhere.
yeah,
That's just
absolutely.
so. I haven't talked to you in a while since camp registration. So we talked about, camp was getting ready. You
Hmm.
were hoping to be able to take more kids on, and opened registration, and we did a little promo, and it's getting popular on its own, but like you've been starting, we're talking about it more. And what happened?
Well, I think you're partially to blame for this one. If you can share your credit, but you made the comparison that I laughed at. I think that it's going like Taylor Swift tickets, and that's kind of what happened. Basically, the system overloaded because everyone was trying to sign on and add to their cart at the same time, and the computer freaked out. It had X amount of spots, finite amount of spots, and so many people trying to fill that in. So we learned a few things that day about how to prevent this problem in the future,
Sure.
but also that clearly that the demand is very strong, and I'm glad that we were able to expand the amount of space that we have at camp, because very clearly it's a demand that needs to be met.
Yeah.
And so now we're at the point where camp is full. We're trying to fit some people off of wait lists here and there as we can, within reason. I had so many people that applied for a position with us this year, which was wonderful. Sometimes seasonal help is like pulling teeth,
Yeah.
and sometimes it comes very well easily. And this year I have the most staff I've ever had,
Yeah.
and it happened like that. And it's not just about having bodies; it's about having quality people. And I
Yeah.
was really impressed by all these kids that I was speaking with this year. So we have some from abroad as well. So it's awesome, and I'm very much looking forward to it. And there's plenty of stressors this time of year, and
Yeah.
I can check that one off the list, which is great.
Tell us about the construction over at camp, over at Johnny Kelly.
So the construction at Johnny Kelly is for a new building. It's a new facility that's funded by CPC funds.
And what impact is it going to have on your camp program and the overall recreation program?
On the camp program, first of all, it's just square footage alone. Because we have so many kids, we now have more indoor space for when, I know it never rains on Cape Cod, but on those days when maybe it just happens to, we have a little bit extra shelter for the kids
Yeah.
to, do whatever. If we're doing arts and crafts, sometimes we'll have performers at camp, or we're even just watching a movie and we've got, some popcorn.
Yeah.
It allows more space for the kids. Just for camp alone, it's great. It's another shelter.
Well,
Uh,
it's another shelter, but didn't it help you increase your capacity?
It did, yes, because we have to go through the Board of Health to have X amount of kids. You need to have We have new bathrooms that are coming in. That is a major thing. You need to have a certain amount of sinks and toilets. And without that building, camp was not going to expand. We were at the max. Now we have that, and we can invite more kids in, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
It's also just a nice little benefit is that it's going to have heating and air conditioning in it, which our existing building did not have. And so that's really pleasant. And I know a lot of my staff members will be thrilled to know that as well, for the ones that are entertaining 100 kids in a room at a time. It's nice to have the temperature.
Yeah. So that building's going to be able to be open year round. What are we doing in there this winter? Come on, I want to know.
I don't have a diagram to show you, but if you've ever been over to, let's say, the restaurant at the Dennis Highlands,
yep,
they have these high vaulted ceilings, and it's a wide room. And so the main activity area will act the same way. So what that allows us to do is you could have meetings in there if you wanted. You could have, we already are hosted over at the golf course for our cornhole league, but for instance, you could do that, or you could be playing ping pong.
All right, Garrett, that is about all we have time for. I know there's more to talk about. I know I have more questions for you. And I'm sure there's some other casual thing you're going to drop and we'll be like, you do what? So if people want to find out more about what is going on with Dennis Recreation, where are the places you want to send them?
Registration is at dennisrecreation.com. And you can see some of the youth programs that we have and adult pickleball, things like that. That's available there for registration online. It also has our applications for employment if anyone's looking to become a lifeguard or something like that. The other avenue is our social media. And I would say especially our Instagram and Facebook page. I post on that as regularly as I can. And especially in the summertime, very heavily, because we've got a lot of people who are interested in all the things that are going on. Yeah. So if you go to our Dennis Recreation Instagram or Dennis Recreation Facebook page, you'll be able to see some information. And also, you can always just call our office if you want. The old school, get on the phone and give us a ring.
Thank you so much, Garrett. I really appreciate it. I appreciate everything you do for our town. You make us look like $1 million, and I really am grateful. Yeah, no, you're welcome. All right, well, that's it for this episode of What I Didn't Know About Dennis. Tune in next time. I have no idea what I don't know, but we're going to find out.